Hey there, I'm Trevor from Plytix, and I hear you're looking to get a sneak peek of the Plytix platform without having to jump onto a call. Well, you're in luck. I've recorded this video based on a demo that I've given over 1,000 times to new users just like you, so that you can watch it in your own time and see all that Plytix has to offer. If you're looking for something in particular, I've included some links below to our Help Center articles and frequently asked questions. And I've broken up this video into chapters, so feel free to skip ahead for something that's more relevant to your use case. All right, let's dive in. This is the product overview page, and it's what you see when you first log in. Right now you can see a selection of our Plytix swag products, but when you upload your information, you'll see your SKUs and a selection of different attributes or data sets that you have associated with your products. Now, this product overview page is where you're going to be spending most of your time editing your product information. So we're going to go through each of the elements here step by step. Now, the first thing that you notice is it kind of looks like a spreadsheet, and that's on purpose. We're trying to bring you the simplicity of a spreadsheet, but with the power of a database. So yeah, you can click into these cells and make changes just like you would in a spreadsheet or move around these columns, but you're going to see that Plytix has so much more to offer than just a simple spreadsheet. So let's dive in. The first thing that I'll show you is this SKU column over on the left. Here you can see that each row corresponds to a different product. This retro sports bag is a single product. And then we have here a classic cap, which is a parent product that has its two variations, which come in brown and gray. If I scroll down, I'll actually see that the Plytix API t-shirt also has two variations, black and white, but those variants have sub-variants. This is a third level variation that Plytix offers, where you can organize your sizes underneath the color variations as well. This is also really powerful when we talk about automatic inheritance, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Next, I want to show you that these columns that you see are displaying different attributes that you can choose what you want to view here. Right now we've got thumbnail and label, and like I showed before, you can move this around, but you can also click on edit columns in the top right to display what attributes you want to in this view. Now, Plytix starts with these 9 system attributes that are included in all accounts, but everything else you see here, I've custom built for my account. So no two Plytix accounts look the same. I've actually created 94 different attributes for this account, and they all come in a variety of different attribute types, which we'll go through in a little bit. But you can see here, I can customize this information to fit my data set, to fit where I sell my products. So I can take a look at this information, and if I want to pop in certain attributes here, like country of origin or condition, I can move these up to the top, and then I'll be able to display them in my columns within my view. You can set up different views for different use cases, so you're always looking at the right information. If I come down here to the bottom left, I can see all the different views that I've saved. For example, this project management dashboard is really cool because it displays all of the completeness attributes that I have in my account. Now, this is one of our customers' favorite features because it allows them to identify where they're missing information for certain use cases. I've also got a view for all my Shopify information. Now, this helps me display exactly what information I'm working on within my Shopify store. And I've got a readiness attribute here too, where I can make sure that all my products have what they need. Now, let's use this Shopify view to showcase a selection of different edits that you can do within the product overview page. Now, the first one's obvious. If you see that a particular product is missing a value for an attribute, you can just click in and make the adjustment. So this Dear Excel notebook, we can see within its tags, it's missing. So we can come in here, look at the selection of different tag options and click on Excel. We've seen our product is now updated. Simple as that. Now, if you're working with thousands of SKUs, editing information one by one is just not an option. So our bulk editing feature is going to allow you to do so much more with your clicks. There's a few different ways that we can bulk edit. You can, of course, select the products over on the left and edit from here. But a pro tip is using the filters over on the right to filter through a selection of products based on an attribute so that you can find which products you want to edit all together. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. I'm going to select my filters over on the right, go through my list of attributes, which you can filter by any attribute that you have in your account. I'll go to my categories and I'll say, let's look at all of my products within my Shopify category tree that are marked as apparel and accessories. Click on save and apply the filter. It's going to filter through my full catalog to find all those products. You can even see that when you filter, it actually opens up the parent products so you can see all the variants that go with it as well. Now, the adjustment that I want to make here is that all my apparel products are now going to get an eco tag associated with them. So now that I've been able to filter through all my products, I can select all the products at once, and I can choose bulk edit down here on the bottom. There's a few different bulk editing functions here. We can bulk edit attributes, media. We have a find and replace function, which we can use to find information in a short description, for example, and make an adjustment. We can also bulk edit our categories and relationships here as well. What I want to do here is click on edit attributes, because what I'm going to do is edit my tag attribute. This is really cool. I have a number of different options available here, which just make it really flexible for you to be doing things like bulk editing your tags. I can replace content, I can clear content, I can also add options or remove them as well. This is really powerful if you're working within Shopify and trying to adjust your tags. So for this example, what I want to do is add a new option, and that option is going to be eco-friendly. I click on save, and then I can see all of my products are going to get a new tag, which is eco-friendly. So this has just saved me so much time from having to do copying and pasting. Just do one big bulk edit, and I have edited 59 products at once. Now, this bulk editing functionality also works with our new AI functions so that you can do bulk edits using AI. Let me go ahead and switch to a new view to show you what that could look like. And then I'm going to select AI edit. And it's going to allow me to choose which attribute that I want to update. And then here I can see where I can put in my prompt. Now we have a selection of different pre-made prompts like translating your content or improving your product titles. We could even use one for creating descriptions. These prompts can get as intricate as you like, and the more detail that you give the AI, the better the results are going to be. For this demo, what I'm going to do is create a very simple prompt, and I'm going to say, create a short description for this product based on a specific attribute that I have in the PIM, which are my English features. And I'm going to click on create, and there you have it. All that information within just a couple of seconds, bulk generated by AI. If you see anything that you want to make an adjustment to, you can always click into the cell and make those adjustments as you see fit. Now there's one other edit that I want to take you through in the product overview page that's a huge time saver for our customers. And it brings us back to the automatic inheritance that I mentioned before when I was talking about variations. In many cases, the attributes values that you have at the parent product are the same for your variant products. And instead of having to do those changes multiple times for all of your products, what automatic inheritance allows you to do is update automatically your variants from any changes that you make on a parent product. A good example for this is price. Let's go ahead and look at an attribute here, and I'm going to open up my variations so that I can see all the variants underneath. And I'm going to click on the parent cell for this price attribute. And you can see it says inheriting, which I know is going to mean that all of my variations are going to update automatically. So if I change this to $49.99, I can see that it's going to automatically update all my variants for that change that I've made on the parent product. Now you can imagine the majority of the attributes are the same for all of your variant products. So this is going to be a huge time saver when you're trying to make sure that all your variants stay up to date with changes that you're making to your parent products. Okay, so now you've seen all the ways that you can edit your products within the product overview page, but that's not the only place that you can edit information in Plytix. We also have a product detail page, which displays all the information for one product in one view. I'm going to go ahead and click on a SKU here, and that's going to take me to the product detail page. This is the product detail page for a particular product. And as you can see, it's got all of the attributes that I have for this given product. So this is where you can really see that this is the single source of truth for all of your information for any given SKU. Just like in the overview page, I can click into these attributes and make adjustments at will. And I can actually organize this information into groups as well. So I can see all the information for my basic info or for Google Shopping. I even have my completeness attributes visible here over on the right, so I can see what information I'm missing for this particular product. And I can even search for it. So if I want to see my main URL, I can find it right here. We also have a comments feature in here so that you can engage with your colleagues and collaborate on editing product information. So you can go right in and tag different users, reply with emojis, and be engaging on what information needs to be added so this product gets ready for market. I can also see all the digital assets for this product. This is really powerful because it becomes almost like a little mini Dropbox for your SKUs. You can see all the digital assets that are associated with this product. And then I want to show you here the versions as well. This is really powerful because it showcases what information is being edited by what user. And I can actually click into those versions and see exactly what change has been made. So there's a lot of different information that you can sort through on the detail page, and this can be a really powerful place for you to be collaborating with your colleagues on one particular SKU. So now that we have all of our information organized and ready to go to market, let's talk about the different ways that we can share information from Plytix. The first is our channels module. The channels module is a way that we can organize information into different templates for export. The best way to explain this is walking through one. I'm going to go through our Google Shopping feed. Now let's say we want to share the information that we have in Plytix with Google Shopping, where we sell our products. The first thing that you'll see here is a selection of our products. So this is a list that we've created in the overview page, which allows us to say, these are the select number of products that I have in my whole catalog that I want to send to Google Shopping. Then I'm going to map the attributes that I have in the PIM with the attributes that Google Shopping requires. Anybody that sells online knows that this is particularly difficult when you're selling on different channels because everybody has different requirements for their information. This channels module helps our customers know exactly what information they need for the different places that they're selling and reformat the data that they have in Plytix for what they need for these different channels. So this Google Shopping channel, you can see they require ID. And in the PIM, we actually call this SKU. So we're going to search for SKU and we're going to apply the change. There's also an image link that's required here. So we know that this is going to come from some of our media. Let's just do thumbnail. I'll do thumbnail here. And I also know that this attribute thumbnail needs to be edited for a particular size and format. So I can actually resize and transform my format here within this channel. So it's exactly in the format that's needed for Google Shopping. Then in the settings tab, I can set up my scheduling for how often I want this to update. And if it's ready to go, all I need to do is click on Process Now, start the processing, and it's going to create a ready to go feed for me to pop into Google Shopping, and it's going to connect the information that I change in Plytix with my Google Shopping. So this is a great example of how easy it is to get your products from Plytix to wherever you're selling them. But Google Shopping isn't the only template that we have in here. You can see when we click on the Add Channels, we've got a number of different templates that can make it really easy for you to share the information that you have in Plytix with where you're selling your products, including connections to your Shopify and BigCommerce store. In addition to the channels, we also have the ability to share information through brand portals. Brand portals are a really great way for you to showcase information to different customers in a very visual way. This brand portal is almost like a little mini website for your PIM. You can come in here and choose exactly what information is displayed. Users can filter through this, and this is something that you can use internally, but you can share it with customers as well because they can click into products and actually see all the information that you want to display to them. So a lot of our customers use these as a digital catalog where they can share information. Users can download information here as well, so they can download images. You can also make a selection here and create an export from the brand portal, which can be a really powerful way for you to share product information with different users. So this is a place where you can create a PDF or download a data sheet, which gives you the ability to choose exactly which attributes you want to include in a spreadsheet. In addition to the brand portals, we also have a product data sheet functionality, which gives you the ability to create templated data sheets or PDFs for your products. So if I click on my t-shirts here, I can actually create a specific PDF for a product, like this formula attribute t-shirt. There's a number of different formatting options that you can make available here, but what this will do at the end of the day is create a nice feed link that is automatically going to pull information from Plytix and create a PDF with the data that you have in Plytix. This can be really powerful for anybody selling B2B that needs to share catalog information from data that they have in the PIM. Well, that's not everything that Plytix can do, but that's all that we have time for today. I hope this has given you a good sense of the different ways that Plytix can help you get your products to market faster and easier than ever. There's going to be a few options here below where you can click to have a one-on-one demo so we can give you some more advice on what Plytix might look like for your business. Or you can even get in touch with us and we'd be happy to set you up with a free account so that you can play around and see what Plytix would look like for you. I really hope you like this video and I hope to see you using Plytix soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.